In the last video, we featured the top 10 rock albums from the 1970s. You had the Zeppelins, the Sabbaths, the Floyds and Queens. How about those albums that slipped under the radar, got overshadowed by giants, or just never got their due despite being absolute bangers? We heard you rock fans. We read your comments, and boy did we dig deep. In this video today, we are shining a spotlight on some underrated gems from the 1970s. Those that deserve more love, more attention, and more fame. These are the albums you should know, you should own, and you should listen to on your dusty vinyl player. Let's dive in. Big Star is one of those bands that almost no one heard at the time, but nearly every great band after them heard and worshipped. Their debut album, #1 record in 1972, is one of the most influential yet underrated albums of the 70s. A blueprint for what would eventually become power pop, alternative rock, and even indie music as we know it today.
There's people around who tell you that they ain't no.
Big Star were formed in Memphis, Tennessee in 1971. Interestingly, the name Big Star came from a grocery store chain in the South. Ironic since the band never became one during their initial run. Its original members include Alex Chilton, Chris Bell, Jody Stevens, and Andy Hummel. Despite its tongue-in-cheek title, #1 record wasn't a hit on release and flopped. However, the album became a cult classic and grew in reputation over the decades. It helped define power pop, a genre built on the melodic structure of the Beatles, the crunch of The Who, and the sincerity of folk rock. Big Star's #1 record was the album that launched 1,000 bands, even if nobody heard it when it dropped. It's the sound of teenage yearning, perfect pop hooks, and aching harmonies, all wrapped in a bittersweet story of what could have been. Now it's time to relive those vinyl moments. Relax and enjoy while we play you preview tracks from the album.
Friday, I can get to get. Get to know her after the trip. But when my baby's beside me, I know to worry when my baby's beside me. My life is fine. My life, if you let a chance. But I'll try again and watch the sunrise. I need you now.
If you love your rock loud, riff heavy, and way ahead of its time, then never turn your back on a friend. In 1973, as a hidden treasure chest of proto-metal glory, Budgie was formed in Cardiff, Wales in 1967 by Burke Shelley, Tony Burge, and Ray Phillips. Never Turn Your Back on a Friend was their third album, and for many fans, their absolute peak. The album is a masterclass in dynamics. They shift from skull-crushing heaviness to delicate acoustic passages like it's nothing. It's like Sabbath, Zeppelin, and Rush had a three-way jam in a garage in Wales. Melodic bass playing and unusual vocals from Burke Shelley gave it an off-kilter charm. Shelley insisted on singing in a high, almost nasal voice. Totally unusual for heavy rock at the time, but it gave Budgie a unique character. The album cover was a Roger Dean masterpiece. That dragon bird thing, iconic. Never Turn Your Back on a Friend is Budgie's riff-fueled, underappreciated masterpiece. It's proto-metal with brains, heart, and enough firepower to make you burn. If you've never heard Bread Fan, you've never truly headbanged. Now it's time to relive those vinyl moments. Relax and enjoy while we play you preview tracks from the album. Sunburst Finish in 1976 was Bbop Deluxe's third studio album, and the one where all the elements clicked. Glam rock flamboyance, guitar heroics, artful lyrics, and elegant production. Formed in Wakefield, Yorkshire, UK in 1972, Bbop Deluxe was led by the brilliant Bill Nelson, guitarist, singer, songwriter, and overall creative mastermind. Sunburst Finish proved that rock could be intelligent, stylish, and emotionally rich without being self-indulgent. The album cover features a naked woman holding a burning guitar, surrounded by fire and cosmic vibes, reflecting the blend of futurism and sensuality in their music. Bbop Deluxe's Sunburst Finish is a forgotten gem of the 70s, part sci-fi soundtrack, part glam opera, part guitar masterclass. It's the sound of a band reaching their creative peak while the rest of the world just barely noticed. Stylish, cerebral, and packed with killer hooks. It's a must-hear for anyone who loves Bowie, Queen, Roxy music, or the roots of new wave. Now it's time to relive those vinyl moments. Relax and enjoy while we play you preview tracks from the album.
Fair exchange. Fair exchange. We are like ships in the night. Without love, high into the sky. Weeping like a silver. Go and tell all your friends that you witnessed the end of the world in a dream, and these beauty secrets that I've kept so long. It's like, and now there's no way back. I'm lost and I feel so alone. I'm like an old blues that you never use, going out of style, and it's not. And the rain fell like jewels on the heads of all the fools.
Bridge of sun. Life is strong, man is weak, and the world walks in between.
Robin Trower's Bridge of Sighs in 1974 is the kind of album that makes guitarists weep into their wah pedals. This record is a stone-cold classic of bluesy psychedelic hard rock, often hailed as one of the great guitar albums of the 70s. It's moody, immersive, and soaked in soul. And it's the album that made Trower a solo guitar hero, right up there with Hendrix, Clapton, and Page. Robin Trower was the former guitarist of Procol Harum, and Bridge of Sighs was Trower's second solo album, the one that put him on the map as a serious solo artist. It's dark, hypnotic, and drenched in emotion. Equal parts spiritual journey and guitar clinic. The album title comes from the Bridge of Sighs in Venice, where prisoners would take their last look at freedom, perfectly fitting the album's moody, introspective atmosphere. Trower has said the title track came to him in a dream, which explains why it feels otherworldly. Bridge of Sighs is the kind of album that hits you in the soul and never lets go. It's deep blues meets cosmic mysticism, delivered by a guy who somehow made every note feel both heavy and airborne. Trower didn't just play guitar, he made it breathe, cry, and pray. Now it's time to relive those vinyl moments. Relax and enjoy while we play you preview tracks from the album.
Living in the day of the eagle lover. No.
Been a long time crossing Bridge of Sighs in this place full of empty space. Nobody knows now about the fool in me. Like a rolling stone, just hardly daring to breathe. A new life, a little love. I need some warm and tender, little bit of sympathy, little bit of sympathy.
Said, cry tough, throw that girl on the floor.
Nils Lofgren's Cry Tough in 1976 is one of those records that gets overlooked way too often, especially considering the level of musicianship, songwriting, and raw heart packed into it.
Break the law, but they won't catch me.
Nils may not have become a household name on his own, but he's a legend among legends. And this album is a hidden gem of mid-70s rock.
I found out love just ain't enough.
Nils Lofgren is an American singer-songwriter, multi-instrumentalist, and guitar virtuoso. He first gained fame as the teenage prodigy in Grin, then went on to work with Neil Young, and later joined Bruce Springsteen's E Street Band. Known for his soulful vocals, insane guitar chops, and, fun fact, gymnastic backflips on stage.
Mr. Nils Lofgren!
Cry Tough was his second solo album, and arguably his most cohesive, emotionally resonant, and well-produced record.
Weak in the knees, he said, cry tough.
Where his 1975 debut was a confident intro, Cry Tough is a full artistic statement. Raw yet refined, rock and roll with real depth. Cry Tough is Nils Lofgren's underdog anthem, packed with gutsy songwriting, warm vocals, and emotionally charged guitar playing. Now it's time to relive those vinyl moments. Relax and enjoy while we play you preview tracks from the album.
He said, cry tough, throw that girl on the floor. Help her up. It's not a crime to fly. Lots of sleeping arms and it's over. When certain things I will excite, make you dream of me and I for your love. So why don't you share a little? So what? Now he's confused and I know why. Man, wipe that mud from your eye. Oh, I worked late at nights thinking you did the same. Instead you sleep around. I'm wide open. In jail, babe, don't need no ID. And I'll put my hands on you. And I'll put if your body's feeling bad.
The sensational Alex Harvey Band's next is an unhinged masterpiece full of swagger, storytelling, and an energy that enters the realm of theatrical, wild, and utterly unpredictable rock and roll. Let's dive into one of the most gloriously eccentric albums of the 70s.
Go out walking in the rain. Watch the flowers go.
Fronted by Alex Harvey, a gritty, theatrical Scottish singer, the band formed in Glasgow in 1972. Zal Clemenson's creepy clown makeup and green leotard became iconic. A killer clown with a strat. Their sound was an explosive fusion of glam rock, prog, blues, vaudeville, and proto-punk, delivered with tongue-in-cheek humor and razor-sharp musical chops. Their second album, and arguably their most beloved by fans, is glam rock's rowdy, drunken uncle. Unpredictable, hilarious, and filled with dark, poetic brilliance.
Naked, a sin, an army, towel, rough.
It's part cabaret, part street brawl, all rock and roll, and it deserves way more credit for the creative explosion it helped ignite in 1970s music.
It was not.
Now it's time to relive those vinyl moments. Relax and enjoy while we play you preview tracks from the album.
Let me be your swamp slang. Let me be your swamp slang. Ain't nothing like a gang bang. Ain't nothing like a gang. And I put my hands on you. And I put my hands on you. Giddy up, ding dong, giddy up, ding dong, giddy up. In a mobile army hood house, a gift of the army, free of cost. Nay, Rambo, coming to the rescue. Rambo, stop that teenage idol. Doctor, doctor, please.
UFO's Phenomenon in 1974 is one of those albums that quietly, but powerfully shaped the direction of hard rock and heavy metal for years to come. It wasn't just a shift for the band, it was a full-on evolution of the genre. UFO are a British hard rock band formed in 1969. Originally dabbling in spacey, blues-influenced rock, it marked the debut of Michael Schenker, the teenage German guitar prodigy just poached from Scorpions.
Doctor, doctor, please. Don't you
With Schenker on board, UFO transformed from a trippy underground act into a lean, riff-slinging, hard rock machine that influenced everyone from Iron Maiden to Metallica. Phenomenon in 1974 was UFO's third album, but it feels like a debut in spirit. The sound is heavier, tighter, and laser-focused. It set the blueprint for arena-ready hard rock with soaring vocals, scorching solos, and that perfect balance of melody and muscle. Phenomenon isn't just a great hard rock album, it's a transitional artifact. It's where UFO found their voice, Michael Schenker found his wings, and heavy rock took a big leap toward the metal era. Riff-heavy, melodic, and bursting with attitude, it deserves way more love in the classic rock canon. Now it's time to relive those vinyl moments. Relax and enjoy while we play you preview tracks from the album.
When somebody says to me, hey boy, she's too young to know, no. Crystal light, shining bright, shine on down for me. Doctor, doctor, please. Oh, the mess I'm in. Going through pages and looking down lines and lines. Rock bottom,
The Tubes' self-titled debut in 1975 is an album that kicks down the doors of convention and proceeds to stage a full-blown rock opera in leather, glitter, and satire. It's one of the most audacious, theatrical, and weirdly brilliant albums of the 1970s, and criminally underrated outside cult circles. The Tubes were formed in San Francisco in the early 70s, but many members hailed from Phoenix, Arizona, known for their insane live performances. We're talking pyrotechnics, drag, bondage gear, TV parodies, fake commercials, and elaborate characters. Produced by the legendary Al Cooper, this debut is a conceptual and musical roller coaster, bringing satire and performance art into rock like few others. They weren't just a band, they were a rock theater troupe. Now it's time to relive those vinyl moments. Relax and enjoy while we play you preview tracks from the album. Blue Oyster Cult's Secret Treaties in 1974 is the dark horse of 70s rock. It was a key moment in the evolution of hard rock, metal, and occult rock, and yet it still doesn't get quite the credit it deserves in the pantheon of classic albums. This is the record where Blue Oyster Cult became more than just a cult band. They became a band with an undeniable impact on the future of rock music. Formed in Long Island, New York in 1967, Blue Oyster Cult initially started as a psychedelic rock band. Known for their dark, brooding lyrics, melodic metal riffs, and distinctive blend of rock and horror, their songs often dabbled in the occult, science fiction, and bizarre. The album cover, designed by Rick Meyerowitz, features a bizarre mix of medieval and modern symbolism, perfectly fitting the mystical, arcane themes the band explored in their music. Secret Treaties is where Blue Oyster Cult hit their stride, blending heavy riffs, dark lyrical themes, and intricate songwriting into an album that predicted the sound of metal and hard rock in the late 70s and early 80s. It's eerie, intelligent, and heavy, with an unmistakable aura that's made it a timeless classic for fans of rock's darker side. Now it's time to relive those vinyl moments. Relax and enjoy while we play you preview tracks from the album.
You're mine for the taking. I'll make it a career of evil. Wasted balls are swimming now. You won't chatter all the time. We understand what we're experiencing. And look at them, we greedily say it's 1961. MB262 brings a turbo jet. Just last week
Scheherazade and Other Stories is a true masterpiece of progressive rock that often flies under the radar compared to other iconic albums of the era. But it's one of the genre's most ambitious and intricate creations. It blends classical music, symphonic rock, and art rock in ways few other albums at the time managed to achieve. This album is a cinematic, lush, and emotive journey, a testament to the band's exceptional musicianship and vision. Renaissance was formed in 1969 by former Yardbirds members Keith Relf and Jim McCarty, but really came into their own in the early 70s when they were led by Annie Haslam, whose operatic vocals would become the band's defining feature. The band's sound evolved from folk rock into something much grander, incorporating classical, jazz, and symphonic influences. Scheherazade and Other Stories is the pinnacle of Renaissance's career in the 70s, marking their shift into full-scale orchestral prog rock. The opening title track is a 24-minute, multi-movement symphonic rock suite based on the stories from 1001 Nights. The album as a whole is rich with intricate melodies, layered harmonies, and dazzling musicianship that immerses listeners in a completely different world.
A trip to the fair.
Now it's time to relive those vinyl moments. Relax and enjoy while we play you preview tracks from the album.
A trip to the fair, but nobody was there. The vultures fly high, they circle over us all. Ocean gypsy, where are you? The shadows follow by. You'd cause the sun to see your light and then be shared. Scheherazade, this day is yours. There is all your gifts now all around you.
And there you have it, folks. 10 of the most underrated rock albums of the 1970s. I know what you're thinking. Wait, what about that other album? The one I can't believe you missed? Well, hit that comment section. Let me know who you think should have made the list. And let's have a rock and roll debate that'll make all of the 70s legends proud. If you enjoyed today's throwback into the gems of the 1970s, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe because next week we're going to dive into even more rock gems. You won't want to miss it. Trust me, your record collection will thank you. Until then, keep on rocking, keep those vinyls spinning, and remember, the 70s may be gone, but the music is eternal. Catch you next time.